Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late February 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business. We're going to start you off with an oracle card here real quick. Let's get a shuffle in for the lovely Virgo collective here in late February. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. Let's see what's up for my friends. Late February. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick. Then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what type of shadows might be around, what shadow work you might want to lean into. It's always very interesting. So there's much for you to think about and consider, my friends. Only take what hits. Let's get this card out here, though. What do we got for Virgo, please? Start this off nice and smooth. All right, so an active memory. There might be a link to the past. That's something I've been seeing with a lot of the earth signs this week in particular. Now, before we really dive into that, if you're new here, Virgo, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's @KyleofCups. Please feel free to tweet me things. But into the reading we go. You see this lovely lady here. She has that locket in her hand. So that is the first thing that makes me think of memories, the past. Very similar to the Six of Cups. So you might be doing a lot of reminiscing, whether for better or worse. Your mind might be focused on things that have already happened, things that have already elapsed. Another big piece of symbolism here is the letters. So this could be communication, message-based. So you might be wanting to get something off your chest or say something to somebody, but there could be a need for relief in that way, like really wanting to talk to somebody about something. And also the fact that this woman's eyes are closed could speak about the importance of sleep and rest, your sleep states. So I'm really interested to see how this ties in, because there are three big themes right here on the front end of this reading, and we'll see if it fits in with tarot. So let's get into that. We'll put our lovely locket friend down right there, and we're going to get you three in the upright and intuitively clarify. So let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Virgos, late February. Gods, talk to me. Now, the last couple of weeks, the messages have been a little bit dicey, even though I put my optimistic spin on it. It wasn't all treacherous or bad. Last week's reading was titled They Are Nervous, so hopefully you haven't been too ramped up with anxiety or just feeling on edge. The week before that was a serious warning, so I'm really hoping that a lot of the Virgo collective hasn't been going through too many rough things, but we'll see. Hopefully the energy swings back around, because even before that, there was good energetic possibility. Let's get these first three out, though. What do we got for Virgo, please? Enough of all that. Thank you. Okay. We have the Lovers in position number 1. That could be a Gemini. I'll speak about it a little further. Your close interpersonal relationships and bonds could be a big highlight of this. Okay. Now, if you're new here, sometimes I like to say that I don't only do romance readings. I'd like to apply this to various portions of life, but we have the Knight of Cups right there in the center. So, I mean, for a lot of you, it could be romance related or emotion related at the very least. Let's get one more out, then we'll really dive in here. Thank you. Okay, yeah, the Queen of Cups on here as well. So just like I was saying, we're going to have a huge focus on one's emotional state as well. So let's go through these real quick, Virgo, and then we'll get into the juicier intuitive stuff. I'm going to give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes because these are powerful energies. But in position number 1, we have the Lovers. Like I was already saying, that's the card that represents Gemini. So you might have a prominent one or two or a few in your life. Airy type of energy, but it doesn't just have to deal with romance. It's anyone that you have a very close interpersonal relationship with. Even back in the day, the Lovers card used to be called the Choice, I believe, where it's like a fork in the road. For some of you might feel you're at a point in life where you have to go left or right, similar to like a 2. But when I see this, yes, it could speak about romance, twin flames, soulmates. I don't like to make that the be-all, end-all of this card because on its surface, it's a super silky, smooth, easygoing type of energy. I like the Lovers. So when we clarify it, that'll really tell the tale. Now, moving to the center, another card that is traditionally, I'd say all of these cards traditionally show up quite a bit in love readings. The Knight of Cups, Prince Charming, right? So prominent water sign possibly. Okay, super smooth talker. All knights can represent progress, movement, action. But this one in particular is super silky with the words, creative and loving. It could be emotional offers of some kind. So like I was saying earlier in the beginning, you might want to get something off your chest, let those emotions flow, or someone might be wanting to do that with you. It's a big indicator of love being in a situation, especially right next to the Queen of Cups herself. Now, I always say that kings in tarot represent control of their respective suit. The queens represent more of the inner, what's going on within the inside. So with her, if it's not water signs showing up double, it could be mother figures here. A big aspect of the divine feminine, but the Queen of Cups feels things strongly. A lot of the things I was saying about this Knight of Cups ring true with her as well, but she doesn't speak those emotions, okay? This could be somebody feeling something intensely, but they're not letting it out. They're not letting it flow or go to somebody else. So we have that interesting dynamic with the Knight and the Queen, like one person wanting to say something, another person being more reserved, or it could even be like emotional ups and downs. So with all that being said, Virgo, we're going to dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. So let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Virgos, my guides. Talk to me. Late February. Okay, it's not feeling as rough as the past couple of weeks. See what's going on. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on the Lovers. And as always, if you read tarot yourself, that's why this box is here. You could play along. If there's any messages you want to deliver to your collective, you just drop it in the comments. I don't mind whatsoever. I feel like we all learn together. So why are the Lovers here? Ooh. All right, I'm going to take it because that card, like right before I started shuffling, like popped out on its own. I almost bent it, I think, too. So we definitely have to take the Moon card. Interesting. For a couple of different reasons. At the time of this filming, we're moving into Pisces season, okay? And the Moon represents Pisces. Heavy water, heavy emotion throughout the vast majority of this reading thus far. What are the things we think about with the Moon aside from being a Pisces or Cancerian type of energy? It's a card of the hidden. It's the card of the unknown. It's a card of the unexpected. So there might be some unexpected situations popping up or surprising situations with those that are close to you. I'm not seeing a huge highlight to just you yourself, but intuitively, that's what it's feeling. Okay, like somebody might do something you didn't see coming, right? Somebody might say something that you weren't expecting. When we have the Lovers and the Moon, there's a veil of mystery around it as well, but this is also a possible psychic connection with somebody as well. So you might be on a very same wavelength with somebody where you're feeding off of each other. This is super interesting, but I would expect the unexpected. That's a thing I've been seeing for a lot of the signs this week. So someone around you might do something that you didn't see coming. Like, this is surprising for sure. So we're going to move over to the Knight of Cups. And of course, it can mean other things. They're both major arcana. They're super strong cards. And at the time of this reading, like I was saying, we are in Pisces season. So your personal relationships could be at the forefront throughout Pisces season. So let's see what's up with the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here, please? Oh, yeah, the cards are acting funky this time around. Okay. Yeah, the Four of Swords. So some of you might be tired of feeling a certain way, or some of you might be a little jaded in regards to romance and love. That's giving me a very interesting feeling with the Four of Swords underneath the Knight of Cups. Couple different messages, like I just said there. Another portion of you, yeah, you might just need some sort of break. You might need to get away for a while to like really collect yourself, okay? Like, especially if you've been going through a rough time. But that's the main thing I was feeling here with the Four of Swords, because once again, it is a focus on sleep, rest, recuperation. Under a card like this, yeah, you might need to get your bearings, catch your bearings in some type of way to try to even out those emotions. But yeah, you might need to rest from something, or you just might be tired of feeling some way. Okay, like, you know, I just want to feel this way for once, or not feel this way for once, okay? And of course, I just have to say that could be how somebody you were tied to is feeling. Like a little overwhelmed, emotionally zapped, okay? Because emotion is just heavy in this whole entire spread. We're going to go in on the Queen of Cups, okay? And then we will do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting stuff. Lots of mystery here. So why is this Queen of Cups here for Virgo? Please. And the deck is just acting super different than it has been. Okay. All right. Yeah, we have the we have the Queen of Wands showing up in reverse. This is somebody that is possibly lacking some confidence. Now, I'm not trying to say if that's you or somebody else. For a portion of you, you could have like mixed feelings towards something or somebody. This could be issues with a fire sign as well. We have a lot of court cards here, which could be a lot of people. So you might be dealing with a lot of different people. There might be group situations that are taking up a lot of your focus, a lot of your mind. But the Queen of Wands is a big card of confidence. Now, this person isn't letting it on, but I'm getting that vibe that somebody might be down in the dumps. Once again, I said, like, emotions playing a huge part, the emotional volatility, the emotional warning here throughout this whole thing, little by little. So this is somebody who is not feeling the best about themselves. I'll just say that. Okay, if it's somebody else, specifically if they're a water or fire sign, they really might be feeling, I almost cursed, but they might really be feeling crappy about themselves, down in the dumps, sad, heartbroken, depressed for some reason. Now, that is a natural human thing that we all go through from time to time, right? Life is a roller coaster, good times, bad times, everything in between. But this is a big focus on that, okay? Like, there might be issues with a couple people around you, okay? And I'll explain it. Let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. Now, before we start piecing this all together, like I said, we have the Lovers right here in the beginning with the moon in the upright, okay? The mystery, but a big focus in Pisces season about your interpersonal relationships, or even lack thereof for some of you. So the huge focus there, somebody around you, either they might be masking something, they might do something unexpected or surprising, something you didn't see coming with this moon and the Lovers. Doesn't mean it's bad, it could be good. But moving to the center, we have the Knight of Cups with the Four of Swords in the upright. There might be some sort of feeling or emotion that you're just tired of feeling, like I'm over it. You might need some sort of break or reprieve. That's the big thing I was feeling here. All right, just like, and some of you, your mind just might not be in the romantic realm. Now, moving over to the Queen of Cups with the Queen of Wands in reverse, like I said, this is somebody down in the dumps, sad, upset. They are nervous last week, so that could still be holding over. They might be trying to hide that. We have two things of people trying to hide their true emotions and feelings, trying to put on a brave face. So please, do with that what you will. We're going to pull out a shadow card real quick. Interesting. That's the best I could say for that spread. But with all the court cards, with the Lovers and the moon, that whole thing, a big focus is like the company you keep. So keep that in mind. The company you keep, those around you. But let's get this shadow card out here. And as I always say, when we pull from this Shadowland Tarot, even if it's a positive card, I like to look at the inverse side of it, and it popped out super quick. Okay, so that's what we want to do when we do shadow work. What do we got? Okay, we have Judgment. Interesting, indecisive, flip-floppy. I have a feeling that somebody in your circle might be a little bit flaky about something. Judgment normally is the universe urging somebody to do something. So for some of you, it could be like cold feet as well, like a little skeptical, like, oh, I don't know if I should trust this, or I don't know if I should go and do this. This is like severe skepticism to me when we're looking at it in the shadow sense. Now, for some of you, it could have been times in the past where you didn't take proper action quick enough and it came back to bite you. Or this could be spirit saying, don't drag your feet on something. If there's something serious or important you need to get done, you need to do it. You need to pay attention. Don't drag your feet on this. So that's the main vibe I'm picking up here with the shadow. And of course, you could research it further, okay? It is called Discretion in this deck, but it is Judgment just for your research purposes. And Virgo, that's what I have for you this week. So don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the January subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on February 1st in my community tab. But for February, we have a very special one. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the wonderful, beautiful tarot gazing deck. This was created by one of our good friends, Heather Stargazer. She's been part of our community since almost the very beginning. And I use this deck in all the readings this week. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. Second, let me know down in the comments what tarot card you like to see in any love reading. Since it's the month of love, it could be any card. And at the end of the month, as always, I'll put the winners in my community tab. My friends, if you'd like to show Heather some love, you can check the description down there or the pinned comments. All her socials and her Etsy are there. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.